Test 1, 2. Ah, these damn gnats. Eight vlogs we have to shoot in 4 days. How in the world do I organize that many videos in such a short amount of time? Let's go find out. Planning our videos isn't something that we've always done, but sometimes it makes the most sense. Case in point, I would have too much of this clip and not enough of this clip to tell a proper story. Planning a video would help because I would shoot intentionally and I wouldn't miss the trip because I'm spending so much time behind the camera. So in this video, we're gonna pull back the curtain on our vlog planning process using an app called Milanote, and we'll leave links in the description below. This video is not sponsored by Milanote, but Milanote, if you see this, hit us up. We're happy to work on something together. It's Aaron's birthday weekend. We're flying out to the desert Southwest and we have 8 vlogs that we're gonna shoot in 4 days. 4 flights, Grand Canyon, Horseshoe Bend, Las Vegas, and then we've got like a 7-hour layover in Houston on the way back, so we're gonna do like a lounge comparison. So with all of that, there is so much that's gonna have to be shot, and a lot of things from day to day are gonna overlap. And so I have a template that I've made in Milanote, and we'll put it up on the screen right here. And I use this template, as a brain dump to get all of the ideas and the thoughts of the stuff out of my head of what I need to do and get it into a list so that I've got a punch list. I can just go down the list one by one, shoot this. When we get to the cactus, I need to do this. When we get to the airport, I need to do this. When we pick up the rental car. So it really helps me to be intentional with my shooting, capture those moments that are needed, and then get back to enjoying the trip instead of being the nerd sitting there shooting everything and missing the entire trip. Every video starts with an idea. Is there a story that needs to be told? Is there a tutorial? Am I trying to teach somebody something? Is there a question that needs to be answered? Sometimes I just have a crazy idea in my head that I just want to share with the world. So just like these flight videos. It's interesting because these flight videos, I just stick the GoPro on the side of the window of the plane and record the flight going from, airport to airport. Who would be interested in that? But we actually have gotten hundreds of hours of watch time from our A View from the Wing series. We'll leave a link up here of where we're just recording the flight from outside the window. Something that I might not find very interesting. Others, maybe they're scared of flying or whatever, and they're trying to see what the airport's like and the boarding process, but people like it, so we're gonna continue to do it. So we've got 4 flights that we're actually gonna film. Richmond to Atlanta, Atlanta to Phoenix, Vegas to Houston, Houston back to Richmond. I've gotta find a place to set this. So basically my approach to this is, why would this turn off? How do you turn this thing off? Story, research, planning the video, there we go. Story, research, planning the video, thumbnail, shooting the video, and then of course editing the video and putting it on YouTube. So it's a very involved process, and Milanote helps me categorize all of it and keep it all straight and succinct and to the point. Before I do any research, I always answer 2 questions. What is the story about? And what is somebody gonna get out of it? For example, the rust. So when we had to do the rust mitigation on the van, the story was about how to remove rust and mitigate rust from your vehicle. And what does somebody get out of it? Well, maybe they have rust on their vehicle too, and they're using POR 15 and they've never done it, and they want to see how it worked for us before they decide that they want to try it. And once I know the answer to those two questions, what is this video gonna be about? And what is somebody gonna get out of the video? I can start to kind of plan a loose story. And seatbelt. So once I've kind of determined loosely what my story is gonna be about, I can start planning the 3-act narrative. That's the recipe for any good story. There's always a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Setup, conflict, resolution.
Leave us a comment down below. What is your favorite brainstorming, note-taking app that you use to organize the chaos of your day? I personally like Milanote, and there's so many out there. I know a lot of people use Notion, but to me, I spend more time trying to figure out how to use Notion, and by the time I figured it out, I forgot what I was supposed to be even making a list for, so go figure. So then when I start my research, I kind of have an idea of the story I want to tell, or the question I want to answer, or the how-to that I want to show how to. I can start doing some research to see if there's even any interest in the subject, or if there's 10,000 videos where somebody's already done this, or if this is kind of an obscure little thing that maybe a lot of people might not have seen. And then from there, I can kind of look and see what's out there, see what kind of thumbnails they're using, what kind of titles they're using, because so much of YouTube is using the right title to get the right SEO ranking in the keyword search, and then having a title that's compelling enough so that somebody will actually click it and watch your video. Because what's the point of making these videos if nobody watches them? So by using the 3-act narrative format, I can set up my story with a more relatable conflict and then resolve it. I'm using considerably more of my footage with quicker shots. I'm able to use multiple camera angles and just be more intentional with my shooting overall. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. I then create a brief shot list of everything I'm going to need to tell a proper story, and some thumbnail ideas.
Many hours later.
All right, so now that my story, I have a loose idea of my story, my research is done, I've got a shot list, I can then kind of create the outline of the vlog, and that's done by what's called a beat sheet. So a beat sheet is just a collection of stages in the story from start to finish that outline the events taking place on the primary storyline, or the A storyline, the primary story from start to finish. But then sometimes I like to add what are called micro stories, or like a B timeline. And they kind of run alongside the primary timeline, but there are things going on in the background that maybe can add like a sense of urgency or create some suspense to keep you guys, the viewer, interested in the vlog. This whole montage of me going to the gym is an example of a micro story. Now I'm going to Walmart to get some chicken to make for dinner. $13 for chicken. Come on, Walmart, $66 for like 2.5 days of food. If I find myself in a situation where the storyline that I've planned out it's either not working or there's something that's going on around us that's more interesting, then we pivot to what's called the 7-shot sequence. And that's exactly what it is. It's a series of 7 shots that we can capture to ensure that we've got enough of what's going on around us to tell a coherent story. The 7 shots are: 1 establishing shot, 2 medium or wide shots, 2 close-up shots, 1 abstract shot, and 1 unexpected shot. And I'll record those for about 10 seconds each so that I've got enough at the beginning and enough at the end of the clip. And this could be for the primary storyline, the A storyline, or the B storyline, one of the micro stories. I'm not going to give away too much about what we're going to record for Arizona and Las Vegas because I want you guys to watch the vlog, but see if you can see those elements that I've outlined in those videos. So that's it, you guys. That's pretty much everything that we go through to plan a vlog or a series. Number 1, we come up with the idea. Number 2, we come up with the storyline. Number 3 is research, and we work on our titles and thumbnail. Step 4, we work on the outline using the beat sheet, and we come up with talking points and a shot list. Step 5, we shoot the vlog. Step 6, we edit the vlog. And step 7, we upload it to YouTube for you guys to enjoy. One last thing, so as we approach our 1,000 subscriber requirement to get monetized on YouTube, YouTube has actually started to open up some of the monetization features that are available to us. So if you see right over here, this little thanks button, if you guys want to show us some love for the almost 100 videos that we have done over the last year, hit that button. We'd appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the bell so you're notified when we post new videos. The next video is going to be on the van when we put the Tropicool on the roof, so you've got that to look forward to. If you're new to the channel and you haven't seen any of our van build content, we'll leave the video here. See you in the next one.